Yo, what it do, St. Louis? It is 7 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, so you know what time it is. That means it's time for the St. Louis Hustle podcast with yours truly, Cortez Hustle, and my girl, Michelle Aaye. And we are coming to you live and direct from the Monetize My Life studios. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever feel yourself struggling in the area of self-esteem, well, we're going to fix that for you today. We're going to give you 13 ways to boost your self-esteem. So do me a favor, comment in the chat where you from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to get to it.
Growing up in St. Louis has never been easy, and most say if you want to succeed here, that you must leave and put down roots somewhere else because of the strong crabs in a barrel mentality here.
I don't know if I'm just an optimistic person, but to see people like Chuck Berry and Nelly make it in the music industry, or the Roberts brothers and Dave Stewart in business, or William Lacey Clay Jr. in politics, can we blame the city, or is it that people just aren't hungry enough?
We're talking to all of the movers and shakers in this town, from entertainers to politicians, social activists and organizers, and of course, entrepreneurs.
Is there a curse on this city that holds people back? Is there an unseen hand that decides who makes it and who doesn't? You're about to find out.
Welcome to St. Louis Hustle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the St. Louis Hustle podcast with your boy Cortez Hustle and my girl Michelle Aaye. We're coming to you live and direct from the Monetize My Life studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm still giving away this free book. Yes, it is free, ladies and gentlemen. You cover shipping and it is yours. And this book will teach you 4 incredibly simple ways to turn your passions into profit with little to no startup costs. Michelle, I hear people all the time, Cortez, I want to start this business, but I ain't got no money.
They ain't got no money in the bank.
You don't need a whole lot of money when you learn what you're going to learn in this book. Plus, you're also going to get access to my course, How to Become an Influencer, also for free. Yeah, I'm just trying to help people come up in these St. Louis streets, Michelle. So if you want to do that, all you got to do is go over to monetizemylifeacademy.com/free book. And it is yours. Comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen.
Smash.
Chile. How was the weekend, sis?
Man, oh man. Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell you something. I once had a pastor tell me, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Okay.
And that's the definite truth. Had an opportunity to knock at my door on Friday. Knock. And I wasn't quite ready. Now I do believe that opportunity is gonna retch around and come on back. And I did say retch.
That's right.
It's gonna retch around, come on back. However, had I been ready and stayed in ready mode, I could have capitalized on this opportunity. So that's my little message. That ain't the A word of the day. That's just message that's free for y'all. You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So my weekend, other than that, it was okay. They're steady lifting all of the restrictions, right? We steady getting there, and I think that my exit from the JOB is happening right at the right time, because they are really pressuring people. Not pressure, but pressure. They're pressuring people to get this vaccine, right? And then they dangling the carrot. Oh, you don't have to wear a mask if you're fully vaccinated. You can walk around with your lip gloss popping, and you ain't gotta have no mask on, messing up your lip gloss if you are fully vaccinated. So I mean, they had me. I ain't gonna lie, they had me like yesterday, like in the corner, like okay,
it's like okay,
y'all can't see this. Y'all can't see this cinnamon lip gloss.
Finally, y'all speaking my language now.
Right. We start talking about things that matter to me. You know, I'm tired of smudging makeup on the mask.
Hell with don't die. Don't smudge your lip gloss. Oh well, I'll get that shot then. Let's get it.
That's it. It's all about priorities, you know. And I try to make sure mine line up. That's what that is. So also weekend, you know what? Here's the thing. I didn't do a whole lot. I am trying to balance on my weekend where I just don't be ooh it all the time, right? Because I like to be out there. And so I'm trying to narrow down not doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I think
you like the car rental place. The weekend starts on Thursday.
You heard me. Do you hear me? The rates are astronomical. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's banana. So I've cut out Thursday, and I just went out and shipped my groove thing on Friday. I skipped Saturday. Yay me! And then I went out again on Sunday. And when I say go out, I ain't talking about I'm in somebody's full-fledged. I go out and mingle. Sunday is a nice relaxed day to go hear a band. There's a lot of great local bands here in St. Louis. Flirt No ID, Remedy, Master E.T. They got a band, and I love live music. So it's just about kind of getting out and being where I want to be.
I'm gonna put this in the universe. My son don't have a band yet, but he sings.
Really?
And I'm trying to tell him he needs to be out here in these streets,
man,
and connecting with people. So we just gonna say Latif and Hefferknackers band is coming. It's gonna be something crazy like that. That's what we do.
But I think that's super awesome, right? So I gotta tip into this real quick though. So is he out there? Does he sing publicly, or is he like, I'm gonna just sing in the shower? I ain't really ready to get out there.
Yeah, he's kind of morphing. My mom brought him into the church 2 Sundays in a row, back to back, and he shut it down. And he's kind of, he's been singing in the church and stuff like that. So
that's cool.
He's kind of
getting on out
up
there.
his muster to
That's
really
good.
And he's writing and he's doing.
Oh, look at wait, how old is he?
Yeah, he is 22.
That is so cool. Yeah. I'm gonna send him to all the young people places, because all the old people places. Because I ain't gonna lie, the young, I have to tell my friend that this little group that sang Sunday. Now I know this man was a good 35 or 40. Now he wasn't my age, but he was old enough. And I tell my friend, I said, if you see me up there acting like the lady on Apollo, please get me. Everybody remember that lady on Apollo used to be?
Yes.
I said, if you see me do that, please come get your girl, because I don't want to be her. However, I ain't quite get there, but I felt myself leaning. This thing, I like to dance. Don't be able to sing and let me dance with you while you sing it. Oh, we put on the show. I was like, I think I need to get paid for this gig. I gave you a little extra. Yeah. I gave a little razzmatazz. So, but yeah, tell Junior, get out there where young people go. I don't want you to be like, Shell, that's my son. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to hell, Jesus. Nah, so man, so you ready to jump into these numbers real quick?
Yeah, let's let them know what the vaccine is doing.
The vaccine, man. Our numbers did decline a little bit from last week, as far as we're looking at the number of vaccinations that happened over the past week. So we're just looking week to week. And so last week, I think we had, the week prior, we had like 164,000 done in 1 week. We did fall a little bit. We had 128,000, which is still good. But that number is kind of starting to kind of look like we might be balancing off. Illinois, they even fell a little bit. They were at 81 last week, 81,000. They fell to 61,000. So we might be kind of stretching. We get tired a little bit. We'd be like, man, I think I'm good. So we got to wait till the next wave or something come along to kind of scare us, another strand. Folks will be back out there.
Right.
They definitely will. So, man. So yeah, that's kind of what we got on the coronavirus. The numbers. All
right. Well, now it is time for the Michelle A word of the day, and I still didn't fix your jingle yet, but here we go.
And now the Aaye word of the day.
That's it. The Aaye word of the day.
It's the Aaye. Now I just got to come up with something to kind of fit that until we get a jingle going. The Aaye word of the day. Man, so I hate it when I do this, but I do what I do. I had a wonderful A word of the day prepared, But man, there's been something that, you know, you be ready to go one way, and it's just something that just kind of stays on you, and you're like, man, it won't leave me alone. It's like, get off me, man, get off.
Yeah.
It won't leave me alone. So I'm gonna go this other direction, and it's gonna be a little impromptu. But so I watched this series by this pastor called Water Walkers, right? And the pastor is there's Daniels. What up, though? And Water Walkers is all about being the exception to the rule. And so I was thinking as I thought about that, because I really feel like I've always been the exception to the rule. Because, Chad, when I tell you all the stuff that's happened in my life, and I didn't get what normal people get from when certain things happen, I'll be like, I could be an exception. That could be me. So a water walker, this phrase was used. Water walkers, they walk on what most people drown in. I'm gonna let that marinate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. So being the exception to the rule, if we think back biblically, he used a story from Matthew where you know, the disciples was in the storm and Jesus was on the water walking, and they all was scared because they thought Jesus was a ghost. Ooh, they were scared. And Peter was like, Lord. He looked around at his people and he was like, okay, Lord, if that's you, tell me to come on out there. So come on out. Peter got out there, walked on the water. He was good until he took his eyes off the prize. Right? We know the story. So there's 2 points there that I want to mention to you guys today to just kind of encourage you and boost you. Number one, don't be afraid to get out the boat, people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we are in the boat. It's kind of like what we talk about in the intro of the show, being crabs in a bucket. A lot of times people are fine being stuck in groups, you know, but let you be the one that want to get out the boat. Let you be the one to be like, you know what, I think I could change. I think I could do something different than everybody else that's still in the boat. Please believe me, they don't want to see you get out the boat, because misery loves company. So as soon as you try to get out the boat on your own, them are the ones that want to pull you back in. Those are the crabs that want to keep you in the bucket. Those are the ones that you hear phrases like, why all of a sudden you want to get your own business? I mean, why you gonna leave your 9 to 5? You just can't. What you gonna do? Or they're the people that's like, we've been drinking. You know what I'm saying? Why you want to stop drinking now? Because, you know, we have a good time. You can handle it. Right. People that want to keep you stuck when you want to advance, red flag. It is okay to think that you're better, but you can be an exception. You don't have to let the predicted outcome that has happened to other people, be your outcome. Yeah. It can be different for you. You can be the exception to the rule. You know, that definitely is the first point. Then the second point is, if you do choose to be the exception to the rule and step out on faith, you gotta stay focused on Jesus. Like, you absolutely do. Yeah. If you get out the boat and you start walking on water, but all of a sudden you are moved by the wind around you, i.e. those people that are saying, why you want to stop drinking? Why you want to lose your job? If you start giving in to those voices and the doubts around you, you're gonna fall in the water. You know, and 2 things will happen. It kills your faith. And number 2, them haters get to say, see, I told you. I told you you wasn't a water walker. He's a swimmer like everybody else. I can't swim. I never learned to swim. Can't get the meaning of the stroke. I gotta walk on water. So that's my A word of the day, people. Get out of the boat and walk on water. Love it. There it is.
Michelle, a word of the day. Become a water walker. And great tie into what we're talking about today is boosting your self-esteem and self-confidence so that you can, right? You might not believe that you are a water walker now, but if you watch the end of this show, you're going to make a believer out of you, because there's 13 things that you can do starting today to build your self-confidence and self-esteem. You want to hit on with numero uno?
Yes. So let me hit you with numero uno. We feel like a drummer. It's my little pretend one, but I won't mess up the close. Okay. So number 1. I love this. Learn and master a new skill. Okay. When you learn a new skill and become good at it, your confidence is bound to grow. This is especially good if you build upon a skill that you're already kind of good at, or that you have a high interest in. If you work on that and tweak it, take it next level, that's going to boost your confidence because you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel better about that thing that you're contributing to your own life. Boom.
I love
Works
it.
for me every time.
I love it. And
Every single
here's what you got to understand from the hustle standpoint.
Mhm.
Every skill that you add increases what's called your PVL. My mentor, Brian Bain, is always talking about your PVL, your personal value level. So anytime your personal value level goes up, you have the capacity to bring more to the marketplace. You are paid according to the value that you bring to the marketplace. And when you go and increase or add a skill, that increases your PVL. So not only does it boost your confidence, it boosts your income and your cash flow or your money at the same time. So
you can get to where the money resides.
You can get to where the money resides. The money resides in the marketplace, and the more skills you bring to the marketplace, the more money you're gonna get.
Real quick, I'm trying to get to where the money resides. I'll be doing drive-bys. I'm like, I had to call the police on me in a couple neighborhoods. They were like, "What you doing?" I'm trying to find where the money resides. I'm trying to get to the money, and that police, they don't like that. You are over in Ladue trying to find where the money resides. Man, put your hands behind your back. I didn't even do anything, ma'am.
I'm just looking.
Don't make us tase. Don't make us tase you. All right.
Number 2, we're talking 13 things that you could do to boost your self-confidence. Number 2, make a list of all of your accomplishments. It can be easy to forget all of the things that you've achieved in your lifetime. So make a list of these accomplishments, and from time to time, read the list to remind yourself that you're cold-blooded. You feel much better about yourself. I have to do it. Listen, I told you I listened to man, what is the lady's name who does the 5-second rule? Mel Robbins. Yeah. So she says not only does she have a list, but she says every morning or every time she sees herself in the mirror, she gives herself a high five. She like, what? High five. Listen, you are on it. If you ain't do nothing but wake up this morning, hey, I gave myself a high five this morning. I got my workout in and I came up all sweaty and I'm like, saw myself in the mirror like, bro, shout out to you for getting up this morning and getting it in. Because Lord knows I was trying to talk myself out of it.
You could have left out the sweat part. We didn't need to know about what was going on with your sweat particles. We didn't need to hear that. I was on board with the workout.
Listen, the water was glistening all over my body, lady. Because I had a good, hard 27-minute workout this morning. I even rode a mile on my bike. So just proud of myself. So
how you doing? Hey, world.
I'm telling you, I was getting it. Listen, do not neglect, or you got to remember, sometimes, like Michelle in your word of the day, people around us won't cheer you on.
Absolutely.
And if you ain't shouting you out, if you ain't cheering for you, I don't know who is. So make that list, man, and speak to yourself and go over that list like, man, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this.
True to this. Man, when you say that, this is something I used to tell people all the time. I used to mentor a lot when on the job, just new people and all that. And what you just said, right, about being able to applaud and cheer for yourself, I would tell folks, if you had a product to sell and you don't sell that product accurately, no one's going to buy it. So if you're selling cookies and you take a bite of your own cookie and go, oh, Jesus, this is a horrible cookie. It's a nasty cookie. Who's buying them cookies? You're going to sit there with a plate full of cookies, no one's buying. But if you take a bite of that cookie, regardless of how it tastes, and you be like, oh, Jesus, this is the best cookie. You want a little nibble? Get some of this cookie. Oh, that probably sounded real bad. We're going to switch from cookies. We're going to go to a cake or something. Let's go to cake. I don't want to be out here talking about, oh, Shay, giving away nibbles of cookies. I can't let people just
listen, somebody going to take it and remix it. Get some of this cookie. Get some of this cookie. Get a little nibble of this cookie. Get some of this cookie.
That's my new thing.
You know what I want to say? The hustler and me gonna say, hey, just make sure you tag hashtag St. Louis Hustle Podcast. Do what you want to do with it. Put it on out there, make it go viral. Just make sure you hashtag St. Louis Hustle Podcast.
Start it off, mix it up better. Get this cookie. Get this cookie. Whoa, okay. The moral of the story is, if you don't sell you, ain't nobody else gonna buy you.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Yeah,
There
and
it is.
I think one of the problems comes in our misunderstanding of being humble and humility.
Yeah,
and
that's it. Sorry.
And it's like, listen, I can be humble and still be proud. I can be humble and still be confident in what I have. I'm not saying your cookie ain't good. I'm just saying my cookie is the bomb. Now, if you want to figure out whether and want to compare and all that kind of stuff, then that's on you. But I can say that I have a great product without saying your product is trash. I mean, and that's what it is. But a lot of times when people say they're being humble and show some humility, usually is those people who ain't doing nothing at all that want you to be humble.
Right. I'm just saying. I'll say this too, just to piggyback on what you said. You know, I can't multitask. I was trying to save myself to other people's out there. You know, because so real quick. So I always want to remind our viewers that when we stream live, we're on multiple pages at one time, right? Mm-hmm. So if you don't see a whole lot going on my page, if you just want to be amongst the people, hop over to the St. Louis Hustle page. We're on there. You still want to see more, you can hop on over to the CORTEZ. There it is, Financial Health Mentor page, or you can go to YouTube and get us there, right? We are everywhere you want to be. So there it is. But real quick, going back to the whole humility thing, a lot of times people, they confuse ego or conceitedness. Is that the word? They confuse conceitedness with being able to kind of like brag. Like they were afraid to brag, because I used to be like that. I'm afraid to brag about anything good that I'm doing, because I don't want people to think, first thing, quit worrying about what people think about you. That's the first thing. But I don't want people to think I'm conceited. I don't want people to think that yada, yada, yada. I think the difference between having an ego and being bragging about yourself when you know where your talents come from is just that, right? Yeah. I know my talents and gifts are given to me by God, and I could not excel in those talents and gifts if it had not been for Him. Ego says, I did it on my own. I did it. I'm strong. Yeah. I did. That's what ego say. It's all about me, my. I did it on my own. Ain't nobody helped me get here but me. That's ego. That's conceit. But if you know that you did it and God did it for you, brag on Him and what He had did. So I think it's okay. So again, back to the cookies.
Yeah. I ain't arrogant. I'm good. Period. That's it. Number 4 or number 4.
Number three. Do something creative, people. Being creative helps to stimulate your brain. All up in the brain cells. Stimulation. Other stuff stimulate the brain too, but we ain't going there. Okay, so, and the more you use your brain, the bigger it gets, the bigger the benefits. If you combine being creative with trying something new, mind blown. You will be surprised at what you can achieve. So really running those two together, using the creative part of your mind, and it comes in different forms, right? Because some people, their creativity comes in the form of fashion. Some people's creativity comes in the form of maybe I'm an artist and I sketch something new. My creativity comes where I come up with new content. If I come up with a new show idea or some kind of marketing thing, like I really get juiced off of creating things for people to watch, right? I love television, I love media. So when we come up with new things and add them to the show, or we work on side projects, I stimulate the brain. The brain cells are like, and I get kind of like, man, we out here. So do something creative, people.
And it's so huge. And this is where the comfort zone traps people and we don't even realize it. You fall
Get
into that
out.
rut
Yes.
where you do the same thing over and over. You
Yep.
literally are killing your brain cells.
Yep.
See, what happens
Speak
is
on it.
every time you bring in new information, your brain has to create new neural pathways and connections. So your brain is growing. But when you fall into the rut and you just start doing the same thing every day, you take the same route to work, you get into the work and your routine is the same. I fire up the computer, I check the email, everything is the same. Your brain is saying, oh, half of the activity that we got going on, we don't need none of that stuff because he's gonna do the same thing. She's gonna do the same thing. And you are literally killing yourself. But what happens when you get into new environments all the time? Yeah, you're gonna be a little anxious, but your brain is firing away like, oh man, this is exciting. I don't know how these new people are gonna receive me. Oh, there's conversations that are causing you to have to think.
Yes,
and it opens you up. And this is the problem that we have with our school system and the way that it is designed presently, because it literally kills our genius, right? Our brains grow the most between 0 to 6 years old. Not because we're just, that's just the way God designed us. It's because what happens when we get to around 5 or 6 years old? We go to school. And everything starts becoming routine. See, from 0 to 6, everything is brand new every day. But then 5 years old, you're in pre-K, 6 years old, you're in first grade, and everything starts becoming routine, and your brain's like, oh, there's not a whole bunch of new inputs coming in today. So we're just gonna kill off some of these neural pathways and you stop growing. It's crazy, right? So
that's so true.
So for grown folks, if you want to go back to the kid in you when you were fearless, start putting yourself in a new environment every day. Try something new every day. Start tackling something like the internet and the computer and start just learning. And it's going to fire you up, man. I promise you it will. Start getting around people who have an opposite opinion and belief than you and see don't your butt get challenged.
That part right there. Get around people who gonna stretch you to grow. You know. Now the opposite opinion thing. Sometimes I can be a bit argumentative. And I don't want to wind up in a scuffle. Cortez, I don't have good reach. You know, I got one good swing in me, and then the rest is pretty girls rock. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a whole lot going in that area, so I can't afford to be around too many people with different viewpoints. However, I could be around people. They say, if you, here it comes. You ready? Y'all better sit down for this. If you are the smartest person in your circle, you need a new circle, boo.
That's right.
That's it, because you ain't going. Everybody depending on your knowledge level. You better boss up. You need to climb up to. I hang around with smarty artists. I hang around with the cool smart kids. You know, because those people stretch me. I can't take. When I mentor with this joker here, right? Because he that's my mentor. When he mentors me, when I tell you sometimes his conversation be way up yonder, and I'll be like, I'm gonna get up there. You want me to come up there? Can I get a ladder? Can I get steps too? I gotta stretch. Every time he stretched me, I start backpedaling. I mean, I eventually get there. Thank God for Jesus and patience that he gave the saints. But you do have to be around people who are going to stretch you, and you get stretched when you get challenged to do new things. Come out your comfort zone. There it is.
Number four.
Set
values for your life. What are your values? Does your current lifestyle reflect these values? If it doesn't, take action to make the necessary changes. Learning who you are and what you stand for, and then living these values will increase your self-confidence. Now, I've got an exercise for you that can help you in this area, because sometimes, Michelle, we don't know who we are and we struggle with identifying that. Here's what I learned from Jim Rohn.
What you learn? Tell me.
He said, if you can't identify who you are, identify who you're not.
Okay, I gotta put this down because I just
Start there. Like if I can't
man.
figure out who I am at my core,
That is
I know who I'm not. I'm not a liar. I'm not a
fabulous.
thief. I'm not a cheat. I'm
Mm,
not I'm not someone who's gonna get over. I'm not
yeah,
I'm not those things. So well, wait a minute. If you're not a liar, then that means you are someone who speaks
tells
truth.
the truth.
If you're not a cheat, then that means you have integrity. See, when you
Yeah.
start identifying what you're not, by default, you start identifying what you are.
Preach, preacher.
So
What?
start there and
Mm,
create that value system that says, no matter what,
yeah.
here's who I am, here's what I stand for, and here is the code of ethics that I'm going to live by. And that, my friend, will give you confidence to walk through a world that is full of shady folks, full of snakes in the grass, it's full of trials and tribulations. But when you have your core intact, it's like, hey man,
Yeah.
I don't care what's going on out there. And here, this is what it is, right? This is what it is.
That is so. Whew, man. I'll say this, and being a person in leadership, and just being a natural leader, I would say that right there, when I really start figuring out who I was, that is really kind of inadvertently what I did. I was like, okay, I think I'm a leader. But then I started evaluating what I wasn't. I'm not a
Mhm.
tyrant. I'm not a rogue leader. I'm not a person that puts people down. I started discovering, just like you said, the traits of leadership that I did not want to exhibit. I am
Mhm.
not this kind of leader. I've seen enough bad management and enough bad leadership, if you can call it, because I think bad leadership ain't leadership, it's just bad management.
Right.
Whole nother thing. But I've seen enough bad in those circumstances to identify what I didn't want to be as a leader. And you're right, it did open the door to say, okay, well, who am I as a leader? Who essentially, if I'm a leader, that's a part of my fabric. It's woven into who I am. And in that, I have integrity. In that, I have empathy. I have grace. I have love. I have kindness. Those things began to shine more. And
Mhm.
it does. It makes it easy to say, man, this is who I am. But here's the
Yeah.
thing, you got to do the work. And I ain't gonna stay on that too long because I think there's some similar things further down in our tips. But sometimes we don't want to do the work to find out where we are. We
Yeah.
wanted to just no. You have to be
Mhm.
intentional about your thought process and figuring some of these things out. And it's not
Yeah.
as hard as people make it to be. It ain't. You just got to get out the boat, get going. Boom, there
Yeah.
it is.
Number 5.
Woo! Think positive, people. Instead of thinking negatively when faced with a difficult task, uh, think about think about that task as a challenge that you can definitely overcome. Think positively and consider what you can learn from the experience and be proud of yourself once you've accomplished it. When I
Mm.
say story of how I make it over,
Yeah.
that is key in it. I get faced with difficulty all the time, and
Mhm.
a lot of times it's once you get past the negativity in whatever it is, you can kind of get to whatever that task is. But a lot
Yeah.
of times our brain is set up, there's that part of the brain that says, I like this or I don't like that. There's a
Mhm.
part of the brain that identifies strengths and weaknesses, et cetera, et cetera. And we most think negative about the things we know the least about in most
Right.
situations,
Yeah.
things that we have a natural fear of. So if you take away the fear and think positive, this is a difficult challenge, but I'm going to do it. I know I can. Start small, build your way up, but you got to
Mhm.
talk yourself through the process. I can do this. My outcome is going to be great. Regardless of whatever the outcome is, I win, right?
That's right.
It's going to work out for my good. Romans 8, oh, tattoo. Romans 8 and 28, it's always going to
Mhm.
work for my good,
Yeah.
So that's really, I think that's a key scripture for thinking positive is Romans 8:28. So yeah,
Yeah.
all things work together for the good of those. But
And I do. And you really have to understand that the weapon will be formed
come on,
and it will be used against you.
it's gonna try.
It's just not going to prosper.
It won't
Right.
work.
And I think I heard Steve Harvey say one time, you gotta look back at what I call your Red Sea moments, right? It's like you going through these things, and I just go back to the Red Sea in my life, and there's many of them, and it's like he just parted the Red Sea, and we walked across on dry ground. So whatever I'm facing, I mean, Steve Harvey said you got 100% success rate of getting through the BS in your life.
There it is.
Because you're still here. So clearly, you're an overcomer. You've gotten through. So what makes this any different? But also understanding that your thought process plays a huge part in how long it takes you to get through. That's the key, right? If you go through moaning and groaning, that 40-day sojourn can turn into 40 years. And you're repeating that lesson over and over. So think positive, people, and it's all about a habit. It's a habit. It's a habit. I see the good in everything, so much so that it pisses people off. Michelle, man, get your happy-go-lucky. Sit down somewhere with your happy-go-lucky self.
Oh, dear Flanders.
Man, nobody want to hear that positive stuff, Tiz. Man, go on. Like that's who I am, bro. I just see the good. Number 6. Stretch your comfort zone. We talked about this a little bit, so we're going to hang here. Try new things, get to new places, meet new people. As a result, you'll see your confidence grow. So before we get to number 7 through 13, we got to take a really quick break. And I want to help you guys get confident in your money, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on.
Our movement, the Extra Digit movement, man, we are literally fighting the war on poverty, one family at a time. We're helping people get through some of the biggest challenges in their finances, and that is taxes, debt, poor credit, and limited assets. We're not investing enough money for our future. And let you hear from my personal coach and mentor on how we are doing that and how this program has worked out for him. Check it out.
Here's a question for you. Why are you letting another multi-billion-dollar industry and multi-million-dollar partnership pass you by? Think about it. You may have missed the dot-com era. You may have missed the age of the computer. You may have missed technology. But why are you going to miss another opportunity when you can get a small percentage of a billion-dollar pie and change your family's legacy? One thing I know for sure, opportunities are not missed. They're just passed to the next prepared person. My name is Brian M. Bean, founder of the Extra Digit Movement, and one of my business partners gave you this video for one reason. We're about to take the real estate industry and the financial industry by storm, period. Think about it. Everybody ultimately needs a place to stay. Now, I didn't buy this land and these 20 acres with our new partnership that we have with Making Wealth Real Financial. I was very, very blessed to turn $228 into $228,000 in just 8 short months. Making Wealth Real Financial did give me the 750 and above credit score. Making Wealth Real Financial did give me the cash to put in my pocket and close this deal and build my dream home on, guess what? 20 acres. Did I mention to you that we have credit restoration specialists? Did I mention to you that we have enrolled agents with the IRS to help you lower your taxes? Did I mention that we have debt elimination specialists as well? Did I mention that we have negotiators who will help you shred your bills and create positive cash flow? Imagine living a life of your dreams, fishing when you want to fish, building a house that you own. Imagine having business partners who care enough about you to share with you the power of our new multi-million-dollar real estate venture. And guess what? You don't have to be a sophisticated investor. You don't have to be an accredited investor. You don't have to be a real estate specialist. You don't have to be a real estate broker or agent to take advantage of our real estate joint venture partnership. Guess what? The average person now can buy, sell, flip, and invest in real estate without the risk and without the headaches, because we have experts who do all the work. So whether you're ready to invest in real estate or not, take advantage of this opportunity in this short video by getting back with the person who introduced you and just say or text keyword soft intro. That lets us know that you're ready for a deeper dive into the next step to make wealth real for you and your family. Get back with the person who introduced you to the video, and I'll see you guys on step 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we do. We want to help you win the money game, but you have to be willing to invest in yourself, right? And we don't have a free program, Michelle. And a lot of people will say, man, it costs money to get out of this jam. And I'm like, you've been doing it on yourself for how long? You might need to bring in some professionals, is all we're saying. So if you like what you saw in that video, then text keyword soft intro to 314-874-6887 along with your name. So text me your name, keyword soft intro, 314-874-6887, and I'll send you some additional information to where you can see our full picture. And if it makes good sense for you, then we'll move forward. I'll talk to you about how we're building. I mean, we're really fighting the war on poverty, man. And we need more soldiers in this army of ours that we're putting together to help more people get on the other side of money. So we are really running through these 13 things to build self-confidence. I'm going to recap the first 6, Michelle, and then you can hit them with the next one. So number 1, learn and master a new skill. Number 2, make a list of all of your accomplishments. Number 3, do something creative. Number 4, set values for your life. Number 5, think positive. Number 6, stretch your comfort zone. Number 7.
Who help somebody? Help! I need somebody. Help somebody, right? So, here's the thing: when you give of yourself, you take the focus off of you when you put it on somebody else. So don't focus on your problems. If you know somebody that needs help in a particular area and you have that skill set to help them, help them. You know what I'm saying? Not only will you help increase someone else's life. Oh, I done strayed from the script. Sorry, Lord. But because I feel so personal about helping people. So not only will you help increase the value of somebody else's life by helping them in a particular situation, but you in turn receive a boost from that, right? You take the focus off of whatever. If I got problems, we all got issues in life. It's called life. But if I have issues I'm dealing with, but I take my focus off of that to help you with something, that issue in my life is no longer, I'm taking away the energy from it being so big, right? And I'm helping you to do whatever it is you need to do. Then I got time in the back of my mind to, maybe come back and reevaluate whatever my issue is, to reapproach it differently. I've learned the hard way that anything you feed will grow.
That's right. That's right.
Point blank. Whether it's an attitude, whether it's a mindset, whether it is a habit, anything you feed is going to grow. And so if you are feeding negativity, it's going to grow. But one way, we just talked about being positive and thinking positive and having those traits. One way you can do being positive or have that mindset is to help somebody else, help somebody else cross the finish line. So
one of the fastest ways to get through what you're going through is to help somebody else get through what they're going through.
Absolutely.
One of the fastest ways to do that. Number 8, try to heal your past. Past issues or drama can prevent you from moving on and growing as a person. You may want to speak to a trained counselor to talk through any issues you may have. And just a quick plug for tomorrow on the Cortez Hustle Show, we do Wellness Wednesdays, and we are actually focusing on mental health for tomorrow as well as next Wednesday as well. So you can get some of that trained help. But you gotta heal your past. So many people are tethered to their past, Michelle, that it is killing their present and their future. And it's not going to be easy. And it's like when you've let a scab grow over an infection, you still have to bust open that scab, get down in there. It's gonna hurt like heck. You're gonna have to go through that pain of the healing. And that's one of the things that people say is, I don't want to relive it. But by not addressing it, you're reliving it in some way almost every day. And it's like, man, just go relive it for 1 week, get the pain and go through it. And now you can just elevate your life. So you got to try to heal your past, and
Absolutely.
it's okay, Black people, to talk to professionals about healing your past.
Come on. Well, Black people, we don't talk to no counselors. We don't do therapy.
With talking to your pastor, to your pastor and a trained, licensed professional that can help you, because you got your spiritual health, but you also have your emotional health, your physical health, your mental health, all that. Nothing wrong with talking to your pastor. You should. Ain't nothing wrong with going to the Word, but the Word also says, in a multitude of counselors.
Come on.
In a multitude. It didn't say in one. It didn't say in only the pastor. He said in a multitude of counselors. Right?
Wish I had an organ. I'd be like, I borrow keys for you. I get you right together. I get you right on up. Like, come on, and come on, Pastor, and come on. I got you. Yes. Pastor, Deacon, good Bishop, Reverend CORTEZ Hustle was in the house. You come out. That's gonna be a thing. You're gonna be a second generational preacher. You gonna come out with your robe on and your hustle stick. Yes, hustlers. Yes, won't God do it? Yes, collection plate again. How you start collecting at the beginning of the service is what I do. Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is the hustle, people. It's the hustle.
Give God glory and give me money. No, sorry, Lord. But what you said about that, I'm not gonna get on this too long. Everybody knows I love counseling and all of that. There are some pastors, I just want to go back. There are some pastors who more and more of them are getting trained in counseling, which I think is, if you are a counselor, that is the wise thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, you want to tell people what thus saith the Lord. A lot of times counselors have a natural gift on them. Pastors have a natural gift on them to counsel. However, you still need the Bible say, what do the Bible say? The Bible say, my people suffer for a lack of knowledge. And what else do the Bible say? About going to get knowledge. Oh, it was just on the tip of my tongue was another scripture in regards to, how will a man learn if he ain't taught? Well,
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to get out there, sharpen up what God gave you naturally, pastors, and then get some of that book learning. So when somebody does come to you, you don't just work them spiritually. You can give them holistically the help that they need. Booyah. One-stop shop. That's what it is.
Love it.
Ooh, this next one. Oh, you say this one for me. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Avoid worrying about what other people think. I gotta clap you off with this one. Let me tell you something. I was stuck in that world. I was a people pleaser. I came up a people pleaser just because the way I was raised, I didn't get all the love I felt like I should have got in some areas. My mama loved me. My mama loved me, but I always didn't feel like my dad loved me. So I inadvertently took that and I became a people pleaser with everyone, right? Giving away what I thought I was shorted. And I did not make a move without thinking about how it was going to affect someone else. Now, to a degree, you still got to give a little bit to that, right? Yeah. Especially if other people are affected by your actions, you got to kind of give some room to that. But if it is just you and you're making something that is just you, you're doing a move, you can't be worried about what somebody thinks about what you're going to do, and it's for your life. Right. Yeah. That's so big and people really need to get that. But what if people gonna look at me like I'm crazy? I wouldn't give a good gosh darn what people, let me tell you something, people. I wouldn't give a damn. This is the right time. See, God knew what he was doing. He said, Shell. I said, He said, okay, but do this whole social media thing with you. We're gonna start to take off later as opposed to sooner. Because if I'd have had this move in my life 10 years ago, I would have been exactly stuck on somebody made a comment, somebody said something about my hair, my smile, my skin, my this, my that. Now you can do some stuff. And I wouldn't.
Kick rocks,
there it is.
Just kick some rocks.
Thank you, because something else about to slide up about what somebody can go and fuck up to. But we ain't gonna say that. It's a family show. But you can't care about what people think. So, okay, the one person whose opinion that matters the most is yours. Do what you feel is best. and then be confident about that decision, and your self-esteem will soar. When you are solid in what you're doing, man, and you are not worried about what other people think, you really will soar. Your confidence level will come up. I'll be honest with you. Walking away from 23 years of consistent employment, I've never not been employed. Maybe 3 months in my life, and I was living at home. I was 20. I've never not had a job. And so this is the scariest, biggest thing I've ever done in my life. However, once I made that step of confidence and I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. And I got to block out everything that's on the outside of here. I got to get out this boat and not care about the 11 that's in the boat. I got to get out here and walk on this water. I couldn't care about people that might say, and they did, oh, and they are, what you gonna do? How you gonna make it? You ain't gonna survive. What's going on? God got me. He's already proven. God already bringing opportunities to me, and I ain't even fully in retirement yet. I don't retire till next Friday. He's already bringing opportunities to me in this media sphere. So I am. That's my thing. I'm grateful, but if I could just tell y'all, just unwrap people's opinions. Boom. Set yourself free.
Two things. Number one, and you're compromising your happiness.
Yes.
To make sure that everybody else is comfortable.
You can't.
Right. And here's the other thing, Michelle. It says avoid worrying about what other people think. Here's what we're really doing. What we're doing is we're letting what we think other people are thinking derail us. First of all, what somebody else is thinking ain't none of my business. That's number one. Second of all, what I think somebody else is thinking, let me clue you in on a little secret about what you think other people are thinking about you.
Okay.
They not.
Not at all. Not
People
at all.
got too much going on in their lives, right? And if you are around a bunch of people who are constantly thinking about you, that's the problem. What they thinking ain't the problem. The problem is you're around small-minded people. Because when I tell you, big dreamers, listen, man, I ain't got time to be thinking about what's going on in somebody else's head when I'm 15 years in the future.
Thank you. I'm all the way
think about what somebody thinking today. I'm 15 years in the future talking to the CORTEZ of the future about this doggone empire and these skyscrapers we built.
Okay.
I'm thinking about what other people are thinking. So that could be the problem. You just around some small-minded people.
There it is. There it is. Wait. What they say? Small minds talk about dadgummit. I was right there.
Is it? Go
Small
ahead,
minds talk about people. Average minds talk about events. But big minds, they talk about ideas.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
That's it. Number 10. Read something inspirational. Stories of others who have overcome issues or dire situations and gone on to lead successful lives can inspire you to do the same. Self-help content can inspire you to reach for the stars and help you get there. That's all I post on my page is people winning. And I have the negative-minded people, the small-minded people will, when they said Kanye West was worth $6 billion, well, he ain't helping the community, so why does that matter? It matters to me because if he can do it, then I can do it. And instead of me talking about what he's not doing with his $6 billion, he's proving that I can do it. Let me go and get my own $6 billion, and then I can do what I want to see done in the community instead of talking about what he ain't doing.
Say it the way you want to say it. Go get your $6 billion and you help the community. Quit worrying about what Kanye ain't doing. You go do it.
But that's the excuse that people want to use is I've got another post that's trending on my page right now that talks about how people became millionaires. Well, they don't say that most of these people inherited their wealth. No, only about 10% of people actually inherit their wealth. 80% of all millionaires today are first generation wealthy. But when you say that most of these people inherit their wealth, you're making an excuse for yourself that if I don't got an inheritance coming, I can't go become a millionaire. So got to be careful with that kind of stuff. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
Read inspirational stuff or listen to inspirational stuff as much and as often as you can.
Key. Absolutely. Ears and eyes. What are you seeing and what are you hearing? Number 11, we kind of been on this. It's the opposite of being positive, but you need to stay away from negative people. I think we hit that hammer. We hit that nail on the head. So we'll go on to the next one. Take care of your appearance. Get your beautification on.
That's right.
That's what you got to do. Make sure that you are really sewing into that. When you look after yourself, you are going to feel good about yourself too. So making sure you keep up on your hygiene. Making sure, you know what, if you don't have anything to do for that day, maybe you are in between jobs or whatever, you got a situation going on, get up in the morning, get your shower, put on some lotion, some smell good, ladies, put on a little makeup. It don't matter you ain't leaving the house. Get up and get you together. And then look in the mirror and admire you. It'll help you. It'll boost your self-esteem. But if you are walking around in a funk, double entendre right there. You walking around in the funk with the funk. That ain't cool. Ain't nobody gonna want to be around you because you got all this funk present.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. So get up, do something for yourself. There you go.
Yeah, and it works for the fellas too. As an entrepreneur, I set my own schedule, and it's very easy for me to roll out of bed and just put a t-shirt on and come do the show. But no, my wife knows I have to iron my clothes for the week, and I'm gonna get up because when I get myself together, the sometimes it ain't about the presentation; it's about the representation, right? So how it's not that you are what you're talking about is how do you represent the CORTEZ Hustle Show, the St. Louis Hustle Podcast, my brand, and I represent myself as somebody who takes it seriously. So, you know, make sure that you put a little effort into that, because what do they say? If you look good, like when I used to coach basketball, if you look good, you're gonna play good. If you look good, you're gonna feel good. If you feel good, you're gonna play good. Same thing in life, man.
Absolutely.
And it don't mean going to buy a bunch of expensive stuff. It just means putting yourself together with whatever stuff you have.
There it is.
Right. That's what it's all about. Number 13, focus on what you can change.
There it is.
Some things in life are out of your control. What is this? Serenity prayer? Lord, give me the strength to change the things that I can, and the ability to recognize the things that I can't. How do I know the difference of what I can? Lord, help me there. And the things that I can change, I will change. And the things that I can't, give me the strength to deal with those things as they are and as they come, so that they don't knock me off my rocker.
Absolutely. Control the controllables.
That's it. That's it. And the one thing you can control is how you respond to everything that's going on in your world.
Absolutely.
That's the key, my friend. So appreciate Glenda Tate for chiming in. We've had a lot of folks chiming in this morning. Super excited. Vivian Reed chimed in as well. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the show for us today. Next week, we're going to hit you with another tough subject. Something that y'all all need to be really focusing on. That is self-awareness, man. Self-awareness is a mode. And we're going there next week.
It's about to get real.
It's going down. Until we talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.